Now, the next step on the foundation is to simply now highlight and do just a little bit of contouring to bring in the natural dimension of your face. By just putting on one layer, one simple color of foundation, now all the natural dimension is gone from your skin. And we have peaks and valleys and that attract light and that also shield light to give your face actual shape. So to do this, I'm going to use the Mary Kay Bronze 1 concealer, particularly around my eyes, number 1 to diminish any dark circles, and number 2 to bring light to the area, this T-zone area of my face. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use a beauty blender, which now they carry these at the Walgreens and down the street from my house, so I had to buy mine off of Amazon, but looks like Murfreesboro's getting a come up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just grab my concealer. This concealer goes a long way. You don't need much of it at all. Just a little tiny dab. Show you how much it is. Just a little bit. I'm going to take the tip of my blender and just get a little bit on there. And starting from like the baggy area of your eye, if you happen to have bags like me, but really like right above your cheekbone is where you want to start blending this. And you're going to go all the way over your eyelid if you have dark circles. If you don't have dark circles, just underneath the eye. All the way down the cheek. And again, repeat on this side. Now, as you can see, I'm looking a lot more light in that area. I'm going to do the same thing around just the base of my nose here, just to bring some light to that upper lip area. And right here, just a teeny bit, and honestly you probably don't even need more concealer. Just get the remaining bit that's on your beauty blender. Just use your blender to highlight that area. Now I need just a teensy bit more to do my mouth area. It's right there where we cast the little shadow. So that's basically all the highlighting that I do. I conceal my dark circles. I highlight this area around my mouth particularly because I have a little discoloration there. And it also helps to bring attention to the center of my face. And then I highlight right underneath my chin, again, just because I have a shadow there. The next step is to do just a teensy bit of contouring, again, to bring the dimension back into your face. To do that, I'm going to use an angled beauty brush. I'm going to use a Bronze 4 powder. The reason I use powder over another liquid foundation, I know a lot of people do a liquid foundation, but honestly, it's simply because I don't have a lot of time in the morning, and this is a lot easier. And also what it does is help because I'm only going to put this around the edges of my face. I get oily in those areas, so finishing with a powder actually helps me stay dry and stay matte. So you don't need a ton of this powder, just enough to kind of get the edges of your face. I'm going to come down to the angle of my cheekbone, just underneath it. And already you can kind of see that deepen that line around my face compared to this side. And then I'm going to come down the edge of my chin to just blend it in. Then I'm going to do the other side. You may just need a little bit more. And as you can see, I have more dimension in my face. The light is attracted to the center around my eyes. That's where I want people looking. Number one, I want them looking there because the eyes are the windows to the soul, but also because a lot of times what happens is that women will get scarring here in this area. The cheeks are kind of the problem area, and the forehead is kind of the problem area when you do have acne. Therefore, you want people looking at where the acne is not. So actually doing this helps bring attention and light to this front area of your face. So I do this, number one, to bring back dimension into my skin, because that's honestly the natural look of skin, is that you do have some discoloration, but usually not enough to make you look like you have skin issues. Just naturally your skin has peaks and valleys, and when you put on foundation over the top of that, you hide those peaks and valleys. So contouring and highlighting is designed to bring that back, but bring only the best parts of that back. So I've done that and I feel like it looks grand. So here's the finishing thing that you want to do with your foundation. You don't want it breaking down throughout the day, but I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars just on foundation. I don't have that kind of cash, and I don't really care that much to spend that much on foundation. So the best thing to do is you want to set your foundation and set your concealer. I use a translucent powder to do so, or I use a finishing spray to do so. So on my concealer, I used a translucent powder, particularly around my eyes. I don't want my eyes to get creases throughout the day. The best way that I found to do that is to use the Mary Kay translucent powder to set your concealer. So I'm just going to put a little bit of translucent powder on the tip of a pointed beauty brush, and I'm just going to apply that around my eyes and kind of really open them up as best you can to get in those creases or get into those wrinkles, because God knows I have them. And then the second step of setting your foundation, I use a foundation spray or a finishing spray. Basically this helps set it and helps gives it more of a natural glowy look instead of just a complete matte look that makes you look like you have on makeup. Basically you're just going to spray it in a tea, simple and easy. I'm going to let that set. And that is how you apply your foundation. So the key to foundation, the true key to foundation, is having it look as natural as possible. When you just put on a foundation and you don't highlight and you don't have some form of contouring, you look unnatural because your skin naturally has dimension. So when you don't have that dimension, it looks kind of wonky. Be sure to find the proper skin tones for your proper color for your skin tone. Unnatural looking foundation, you can see it a mile away. So what you want to do is take some time, try a few, ask for samples. If you are my client, I always at least give 2 to 3 options on foundation. Because what happens is over time your skin does change. I have clients that use a particular shade in the summer versus a particular shade in the winter, and that's okay. I would rather it look as natural as possible than you just try to stick with the one that you know. Thank you guys for joining me. Please check out all the other videos on my channel. Please subscribe. And if you have any questions whatsoever at all about the products that I use today, please feel free to reach out to me. I am more than happy to help you match your foundation. If you aren't quite sure on how to highlight or how to contour your face, please don't hesitate. I'm more than happy to assist. Thank you. Have a great day.